Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. This is Dr. Tawfique Chowdhury, and I'm making this video because of something that we all know that has happened recently. And this is the tragedy that has unfolded in New Zealand. In cold blood, at the most opportune time, when the mosques are full with Friday prayer worshippers, in a masjid that is the heart and center of Chrischurch, a man came up and wanted to put a statement out that everyone would remember for the rest of their lives. What did he do? He put a GoPro on his helmet. He went out in cold blood. He bought 5 weapons with him and he loaded his armory, and he took all of this with him and he went and he started shooting endlessly, killing 41 people. And then next masjid he went on and he killed another further people. And then today we are now sitting at the time of this video, approximately 50 people dead and more than scores now, another 40 or so wounded and might be losing a limb or some part of their life. My respected friends, what makes a human being do a tragedy like this? What makes a human being think that this is a game or a show? What makes a human being think it's okay to shoot a child, a 3-year-old child at point blank range, or a 4-year-old child and a 12-year-old? Did you know that 3 of them were actually children that died? What makes a person shoot even at the dead to make sure that they are dead? What makes a person shoot a woman and then when she's begging for help, she actually begged him for help, then he just went in there and point blank range shot him down? Do you know what it is? It's called Islamophobia. It's this germ, it's this disease called Islamophobia that has affected everyone. We find today that the media and our politicians sometimes in different countries have pushed this agenda of fear of Muslims. Watch out for the Muslims, they're going to take over. Watch out for the Muslims, they are having babies like rabbits. Watch out for the Muslims, they're coming for you. They're going to buy your churches and make them into masjids. They're going to take your homes. They're going to repopulate your race. They are now the new disease. My friends, this is a fear that is unfounded. Belief in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, belief in one God is the essence of all of humanity. All of religions believe in one God, and those that do not and have corrupted their beliefs, then they believe in more than one. However, the essence of all of this, and all of them go back to one God. Even if you ask the Greeks, they believed in one God. Even if you ask the Romans, they believed in one God. Even if you ask any of them, they all believed in one God. Even the Hindus, who believe in multitude of gods, ultimately believe everything goes back to one. This is what Muslims believe. Why are we so afraid? Why are we so afraid of understanding Islam? I'll tell you why. Because it's convenient to blame Muslims for many things. And today we have become the scapegoat for anyone. If your votes are going down, blame the Muslims. If there is a security problem, blame the Muslims. And this does not mean that some Muslims don't do these radical acts and that they're not radical terrorism that happens amongst the Muslims. No, that definitely does happen. But this is not an Islamic monopoly. Terrorism is not an Islamic monopoly. It seems to be the monopoly of people who have no regard for humanity, those who have no mercy for each other, those who are intolerant, and those who are jealous. They do not want to share the resources that God and life has given us. My friends, Islamophobia is not a disease. Islamophobia is a crime. It needs to become a crime. Let's join hands to push our leaders to make Islamophobia into a crime so that we avoid New Zealand again and again and again. Otherwise, I'm afraid that I cannot trust that my children will be safe, that your children will be safe. And as the saying goes, when your neighbor's house is on fire, you better put it out, because soon your own house will be on fire. Islamophobia, that is the order of today. Today, people are using this term and people are banking on this term or acting on this term to create every type of human tragedy today. Why do you think the Uyghurs in China are in trouble? Why are they in concentration camps? 3 million of them being forced to eat pork, being forced to drink alcohol, being forced to be retrained. Why? Islamophobia? Why is it that on the streets of India, people are stopping people to see if they have cows there, they're going to be slaughtering, they're knocking on doors to see, are you eating beef? Why? Islamophobia. Why is it that all of the Rohingya people were killed when they were being tortured and where they're being banished from their country? Was it because they were anything else other than Muslims? I'm telling you, it was Islamophobia. Why was Bosnia and the atrocities that happened in Bosnia when I was growing up as a child? That was because of Islamophobia. Kosovo was because of Islamophobia. What is happening in Chechnya was because of Islamophobia. What is happening in Kashmir is Islamophobia. What is happening in Palestine is Islamophobia. My friends, it is Islamophobia that needs to be tackled. So what is the urgency right now? The urgency right now is that there is an absolute deep need for Muslim countries to get behind their stance. They should all stand together and stop the other countries where Muslims are minorities from this topic of Islamophobia. Join the bandwagon in making Islamophobia a crime. So I call upon all the leaders out there to use your own forces and your own abilities to make sure that you try and pressure other governments into making Islamophobia a crime. And all of the other people out there, whether you're a journalist, start talking about this. If you're a business leader, start talking about this and holding events and funding those people that try and actually make out how bad Islamophobia is. Let's make Islamophobia like anti-Semitism, where it is a crime to talk against the Jews, so it should be a crime to talk against Allah and the Muslims as well. Because if we do not do so, if we do not stop, how many more of these atrocities are we going to tolerate, like New Zealand? How much more are we going to tolerate, like the Rohingya banishment and of the Uyghurs in China? How much of this are we going to tolerate? Where is this going to end? It only starts at one place, but eventually the disease spreads everywhere. So I ask every single person out there, every single Muslim and non-Muslim, get behind xenophobia, get behind calling against Islamophobia. And with that, I hope that we will all begin to live together and be tolerant and build a society and an earth that we can all call home. Until the next one. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.